going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over Team of the Week, week number 1 predictions for cards that will be coming to MUT 23 tomorrow morning. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. It shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here because you're searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, Team of the Week information, or anything Madden related, you found the right channel. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So let's talk about how Team of the Week is as a program first before we make our prediction. So last week we had the preseason Team of the Week content, and it looks like they're getting rid of the weekly legends that we got from Team of the Week, which I really loved. But I think the layout for Team of the Week this year is pretty good as well because of the free content. So with the preseason, we had solo challenges, and it was very quick experiences. 8 solos, 2 stars each, 16 stars in total. There's no Team of the Year token to like earn a Team of the Year card later on down the road. At least it wasn't introduced during the preseason. Possibly could be tomorrow in week 1's content. We'll see for that. And of course, we'll have a video dropping when this content gets revealed and when it goes live. But if you look through the milestone rewards of the content last week at tier 4, we got an 83 overall preseason standout fantasy pack. So this contained a bunch of 83s from the preseason Team of the Week cards, and you got one for free. And you could sell that card. You could put it into sets. It was a fully functional card, not BND. And then if you maxed out the solos, you got an 87 overall fantasy pack. This one is BND, meaning you can't trade it, can't sell it, can't put it into sets. But it was one of the pieces that go into the champion sets. And though you couldn't put it into those sets, you got, a pretty usable card for free. So if the same format holds, we're going to have these 87 overall cards. I'm not really going to do predictions on the 83s. They just feel like less important cards, so it will be really cool if you can still get one of those for free. But we're going to go ahead and predict some of the players that could get the 87s, and also we're going to get an LTD, so we'll try to do a prediction on that, and the 2 champions. And if we go into the item sets, you'll see with these champions, you got 2 90 overalls. We got a total of, it looks like 6 87 overall cards, and then a handful of 83. So let's go through week number 1, see who had a good performance, and see who might get a Team of the Week card. And the first is going to be Patrick Mahomes, who had an amazing debut to his 2023 or 2022/2023 campaign. 360 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, certainly a performance that's worthy of a Team of the Week card, but I don't think they give Mahomes a card this early in the year. He's probably going to get a bigger promo type card, so I'm going to say Mahomes worthy, but will not get it. If he does, it'll be a champion card for sure, 90 overall, but I just don't think it happens. Another quarterback that played very well but won't get a card is going to be Carson Wentz, and that's mainly because he still has this 86 overall headliners card. Now, he would be in that 90 overall range for a champion or an LTD, 313 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. He did have 2 interceptions. Another great performance, not worthy of a card right now because of the upgrade. And remember, no power-ups this year, so it's not even like they can give him a +1. That was something we probably would have saw in last year's game, but they don't do that anymore this year. And the third one is going to be Josh Allen, who had a really good performance on Thursday night with the win over the defending Super Bowl champion Rams. 297 passing yards for Josh, 3 touchdown passes. He also had 10 carries for 56 yards on the ground with another TD there. So 4 total touchdowns, over 300 yards combined passing and running. But I also don't think he gets a card. We had a bunch of really good performances from quarterbacks. Justin Herbert had a good one as well. But I think the offensive hero and possibly the LTD are going to come from the running back position. And who else but Saquon Barkley? I mean, he has to get a card tomorrow. I think it's almost a stone-cold lead pipe lock that Saquon is either the offensive hero with a 90 overall or the LTD also with a 90 overall. And if we kind of project what that card could look like, looking at his core elite, we figure +9 in overall from an 81 to a 90. Could he get 89 speed? We were just introduced to 90 speed with Michael Vick over the weekend. The fastest running back right now is 88 speed at Ricky Williams, so would Saquon be the new fastest running back in the game? He would also have, pretty solid trucking and break tackle, and if you look at his spin move and juke move, 83 and then 80 for an 81 overall isn't bad. So this could be, especially when you factor in price, if he's not the LTD, the best running back in the game, because Ricky Williams is right now, but he's a little bit expensive because he was an LTD. If they make Saquon the offensive hero or champion, the offensive champion, and make it the set card and not the LTD, he could be very affordable and very good. By the way, if you somehow missed highlights and everything from yesterday, Saquon, 18 carries, 164 yards, a touchdown, and a very crucial 2-point conversion to give the Giants the 1-point lead with their win over the Titans. Jonathan Taylor had a pretty good performance as well. A lot more carries and less yards than Saquon, so we got to mention him because 161 yards on the ground and a touchdown is very good, but 31 carries, almost doubled the amount of carries that Saquon had, and I don't think he'll end up getting an upgrade. He'll probably get one later on down the road, but, you know, it was a performance worth noting. By the way, there are some other running backs we're going to mention when we get to the 87s. Right now, we're kind of focusing on the players that could possibly be the offensive champions, and we have Justin Jefferson, who I just can't ignore the week that he had, but he's not going to get a card either because he already has an 89 overall, so they're not going to give him a 90 when he has an 89, and again, with no power-ups, this is where we're kind of missing that +1 feature, but 9 receptions, 184 receiving yards, and 2 touchdowns, just a fantastic day. My Eagles go up against him and the Vikings next week on Monday night, a week from today, and you know, we gotta make sure we cover him. Speaking of Eagles, A.J. Brown, now, will he get a card? I would be cool if he did. I kind of don't think he will because he didn't have a touchdown. He did have 10 catches for 155 yards, just an outstanding performance for his first game ever in an Eagle uniform. Very happy with the trade at this point already. Feels like we won it, but I don't know if he'll get a card. If he does, you know, I think I said a little while ago, I think Saquon gets the offensive hero, and I think the LTD is going to be a wide receiver. Maybe they make A.J. Brown the wide receiver, and if he goes to a 90 overall, we're looking at possibly 87 speed, which is decent, but it's not just quite there with some of the meta cards that we've seen, but the route running would be pretty balanced. The catch would be a little bit low in my opinion, unless they bumped it up. Again, we're just kind of projecting his 85 with a +5 if it went up to a 90 overall. 2 other receivers, Davante Adams, we got to mention his performance. First game in a Raiders uniform, 10 catches, 141 yards and a touchdown. But I think we see a Davante Adams card this coming Thursday when part 2 of the Ultimate Kickoff promo comes out. Remember, that promo is kind of based around players who switch teams, and we have not seen him in that promo yet. I think a guy like Russell Wilson will probably in there as well. So Davante Adams, great performance, probably won't get a team of the week. And same with Jamar Chase, another great performance, 10 catches, 129 yards, and 1 touchdown. We got to mention it, we got to show his card on here, but I think they saved Jamar Chase for a better card. So one more time, it's going to be Saquon offensive hero is my guess, and then either A.J. Brown or another wide receiver, and we got 2 that we're going to mention here that I think might be 87s, but A.J. Brown or another wide receiver that gets the LTD as a 90, or there could be some guys on the defensive side. Now, let's talk about the 87s. These are some players that I think could get an 87, and the first one's going to be Cordarrelle Patterson, who had himself a really good day. Now, he is a running back in the game, but he had 3 catches for 16 yards on Sunday, and then 22 carries for 120 yards and 1 touchdown, and he had a really good veterans card last year if you guys remember. So if he could get an 87 and it's a free option, this could be a really good hybrid type wide receiver / running back who, you know, can play out of the backfield with really good catch ratings, and he's 6'2", so I wouldn't be mad if this ends up being a free option. And then Robbie Anderson's the other one. He's got an 80 overall core elite right now, I think, in a losing effort with the Panthers. He had a solid game, 5 catches, 102 yards, and a really big touchdown downfield to get the thing got the Panthers the lead back, but they ended up losing. So Robbie Anderson, 6'3", if he gets an 87 overall card, I mean, we can't go +7 to his core elite speed here, going from an 80 overall to an 87. It's not like they're going to do that and give him that crazy speed, but he'd probably be up there, and that would become a really, really good budget item. Catch might be a little bit low there. Route running isn't great either if we project what it could be, but it could be a good free 87 overall card. And then finally, my Eagles, even though they won, they always love giving up Team of the Week cards, and DeAndre Swift had himself a day. I think this is another potential 87 overall card that we could see tomorrow. 15 carries, 144 yards, and 1 touchdown on the ground. His 80 overall a bit slow, so I don't know how this would look as an 87 overall. It'd probably be like 85, 86 speed, which feels like that's just a little bit left, a little bit behind the meta right now, but it's another free option that we could see tomorrow with these 87s. Let's switch over to defense, and we're going to start with some 87 overall predictions, and then we will finish off with 2 players that I think could be the heroes and or LTD. So Jordan Hicks, Eagles legend, he's on his 3rd team now. He's the Eagles and then Cardinals, and now he's with the Vikings. And he had himself a really good game. He's always been a tackle machine when he can stay healthy. And yesterday he had 14 tackles, which was up there in the tops of the entire NFL. He also added 1 sack and 1 forced fumble. I'm not sure if that all happened on the same play, but that's a pretty good day to lead the league or tie the league with tackles and then have a sack and a forced fumble in a winning effort. So I'll be happy if Jordan Hicks gets an 87, because then he'll get Eagles Chem, and then I'll have him on my theme team. Big W for the Steelers yesterday. Tough loss with the TJ Watt injury, but another linebacker for the Steelers potentially could get an 87 overall, and that's going to be Alex Highsmith. So he has a core elite right now that's an 80 overall, and he had 9 tackles on the day, 3 sacks, and a forced fumble. That's just a really good day. That Steelers defense played really well, forced a lot of turnovers. So he would be an outside linebacker, 78 speed. You figure with an 87, we're looking at +7 possibly there, so like 85. They'd probably give him like 85, 84 speed. The block shed and finesse move would probably be in the 80s. The power move wouldn't be really good, but it could be a good option for an outside pass rusher if he gets an 87, and I can't say it enough. These cards would be free, at least one of them, if they do the same format that they did last week for preseason. Jerry Hughes, who is now a Houston Texan, moved on from the Buffalo Bills. He also had a really good day. He was all over the place. He had 2 sacks, a forced fumble, and an interception. If that's not Team of the Week worthy, I really don't know what is. So maybe they make him a 90 overall. I think he more fits the mold of an 87, being that he has an 81 overall core elite right now. But if he doesn't get a card, then they absolutely had content for the future planned for him, because that's just too good of a day to not get one. And then another player to mention, but I can't show you any card art, is going to be James Bradberry, another Eagle, 1 interception, 1 touchdown on that interception, and some things that won't show in the in the box score. He played really good coverage. Like, I watched the entire game. Obviously, Bradberry does not have a card in the game right now, so if they gave him an 87 overall, it would be great for Eagles team purposes, Giants as well, but just to get him in the game, because he needs a card. So hopefully that does happen. And we finish off with the 2 options on defense. Again, I think that the LTD is probably going to be one of those wide receivers that had a really good day. Offense will be Saquon as the offensive hero. But if they don't go LTD wide receiver, KHALIL Mack could potentially be the LTD as well. He had 3 sacks and 1 forced fumble. Right now, he only has an 85 overall, so he kind of could, project over to a 90 overall card fairly well, and possibly could be the defensive champion as well. We'd be looking at mid 80s speed there, but the block shed, power move, and finesse move could all be high 80s, and that's what would really make this card dangerous. So if KHALIL Mack gets an upgrade, and you already know Raiders Steam Team, I mean, he's played with other teams as well, the Raiders Steam Team will get juiced up once again with another really, really good card. And you guys pretty much all know this one, right? MINKAH FITZPATRIck, no-brainer. I think him and Saquon have to be locks for getting cards tomorrow. It's just a matter of, are they champions? Are they LTDs? How are they going to put those pieces down and figure out everybody else? But MINKAH FITZPATRIck almost single-handedly, and maybe he did, willed the Steelers to victory there. 14 tackles. That's pretty insane for a safety, too. It's not even like his linebacker up there. He had 14 tackles, an interception, a touchdown, and a blocked, I believe it was a blocked extra point to pretty much, win the game or help win the game, force it to overtime, and then eventually win the game in overtime for the Steelers. So those are my predictions. I'm sure there's some other names that I missed. You guys can feel free to leave it down below in the comments section. Let me know who you think should be getting a Team of the Week card, and whenever it's revealed tomorrow morning, or if they do an early reveal at some point tonight on Twitter, we got you covered with videos. Thank you for watching this one. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.